Welcome back, everyone. Like 2027 is going to be the most interesting election season in Nigeria. A lot of things are going to happen, and it has started happening, especially in Tinubu'S camp. Like there is kata in Tinubu'S camp. Don't forget about all these their pretense. Like they have big wahala in that particular party. Yes, so right now it's like APC has divided into two. Then they have a Buhari camp as well as Tinubu'S camp. So you guys saw what happened yesterday, where Shettima, the vice president of Nigeria, said that no president has any right to remove any elected governor. He's indirectly talking about Tinubu, even though that he said the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, tried to remove him, but he was told that he doesn't have any right to remove any elected governor, not even a councillor, right? And for you to see that this rumor that we have been hearing that they don't even regard Shettima in this Tinubu government is true. If not, they would have even consulted him, at least let him say his opinion about what Tinubu is about to do in Rivers State by removing Sinfubara, right? So he would have told him that, no, this is not right. You don't have any right to remove any governor because something like this happened to me so time, and they did not allow Jonathan to do so. Just because they do not even regard him, they don't even involve him in any decision they are making. So this is why I'm saying that 2027 is going to be interesting. Right now, they are trying to dump Shettima. This is the reason why you see him talking, right? Take a listen and hear what Arise News is saying about what is trending in Nigeria today.
With reactions trailing the unveiling of the memoir written by Mohammed Adoke, former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, titled OPL 245, The Inside Story of the $1.3 billion Nigerian oil block in Abuja on Thursday. The event saw a gathering of prominent political figures, including Vice President Kashim Shettima and former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai. The book delves into Adoke's perspective on the controversial OPL 245 oil deal, which led to years of legal battles and international scrutiny. Vice President Kashim Shettima took a moment to extol Adoke, whom he had persuaded to return to Nigeria to bring closure to the controversy following his acquittal in the OPL 245 cases. Shettima also recounted his own experience as Borno State Governor when former President Goodluck Jonathan considered removing him due to insecurity in 2013. He highlighted that prominent legal figures, including then Speaker of the House of Representatives, Aminu Tambuwal, and Mohammed Adoke, advised Jonathan that he lacked the authority to remove an elected governor, eliciting a wave of reactions. Let's take a look.
Former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan GCFR, with whom we have shared the sword and have now recalibrated our relationship, was mooting the idea of removing this Borno governor, and Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, the then Speaker of the House of Representatives, had the courage to tell the President that, Your Excellency, you don't have the power to remove an elected councillor. The President was still not convinced. He mooted the idea at the Federal Executive Council. I admire Mr. Mohammed Bello Adoke fundamentally for his courage and for his convictions and for his capacity to stand for what he believes in. He told the then president that, Mr. President, you do not have the power to remove a sitting governor, not even a councillor. They sought for the opinion of another SAN in the cabinet, Kabiru Turaki, who said, I am concurring with the opinion of my senior colleague. That was how the matter was laid to rest, but that was how my relationship with Mr. Bello Adoke and Aminu Waziri Tambuwal became eternally sealed.
All right, let me take some reactions. This is from Professor Enakenan. who wrote, Shettima's statements were likely not an intentional affront to Tinubu, but a reflection on a past experience meant to praise Adoke's integrity and underscore constitutional principles if Shettima made the comment as a legal clarification amid political tension in Rivers. It's a responsible constitutional position, not an affront, but a needed reminder of the democratic norms. If it was made in a way that undermines or contradicts a sitting president without prior internal resolution, it could widen cracks in an already fragile political alliance. Well, Mani wrote, it is important to distinguish between suspension and removal, two distinct legal and constitutional actions. Sim Fubara was suspended, not removed. The question of whether the president has the authority to order a suspension is a different issue that merits debate. Let's not mix these issues for convenience. It is also important to note that those who are quick to cry foul are often the ones who are least interested in understanding the facts. By grasping the facts, you can be well informed and knowledgeable about the situation. Well, Maji Shehu wrote, finally, Kashim Shettima has regained his voice. He has sent a clear message to the lion that has allowed all the village chickens what remains to be, or that has swallowed all the village chickens, I believe. What remains to be swallowed is the proverbial tolotolo. Kashim is that tolotolo being targeted as morning, afternoon, or night meal during any upcoming feast or festival, Salah, Christmas, St. Lucia's Carnival, marriage ceremony, Brazil Carnival, Buga at the Bola Tinubu Conference Center, etc. Everybody is cracking up. However, Kashim has made it clear, has made a clear statement containing a clear message directed at Bola Tinubu and co, daring them not to only swallow the tolotolo, but to mincemeat him for a pie. And that was quite the sort of message that we saw online. You know, like they're saying it's a direct affront to the president, obviously because of the suspension or removal, the constitutional rights, all of those conversations went by really quickly.
Okay, you know, we had sort of a mix of these views shared earlier, which was that, yes, there's several ways to analyze that statement from Kashim Shettima. And I think the immediate takeaway from it was that people were like, shots fired, this is a little bit violent, is how it came across, because people immediately linked it to the situation that happened in River State. Well, now people are looking at it in different ways. Dr. Abati, I'm sure, will share his experience because he was in the room. He's saying the spirit in the room was not the spirit in the room. And he's also saying that, okay, there's a technical a way to analyze this, which is that there's a difference between removal and suspension. However, the majority are saying that it's just a conversation about your principal being able to follow due process and being surrounded by people who will challenge him and be able to check and balance his authority to ensure that all that he does follows the correct due process. So I think for me, that's a major takeaway is, are our leaders consistently surrounded by people who can stand for the right thing, the same way that Adoke did, the same way that Aminu Tambuwal did. And then, you know, what breaks my heart is that then you have, unfortunately, I hate to make it north-south, but then you have a southern situation. You have a south-south Senate president, you know, you have South represented in the House of Reps, and they didn't stand for a Southern governor when the time it came for the time to do so. So the situations certainly rhyme. I don't think we can separate them. They rhyme. Was Kashim Shettima being violent? I think violent is a strong word, but I certainly think that the context is not lost, and messages have been sent. The art of communication is ensuring that people get the message that was sent. Did he clearly separate himself from what happened in River State? Did he clearly say that, oh, you can't compare what happened? No, he didn't. So it leaves it open to analysis and speculation.
Dr. Bati, in less than a minute, I know we have discussed
I've
this
already commented twice
because you were in the room
on this subject this morning. And I've said I do not think that Vice President Kashim Shettima was speaking to embarrass his boss and I've made all the points, relevant points. However, there's something, as somebody involved in this kind of thing, that it is unfortunate that a book will be presented. A book that has 26 chapters, 271 pages, 5 parts, dealing with a very important subject in Nigerian history, perhaps one of the most controversial subjects in this country since 2011. And what the media is focusing on is some sensational part of it, and what some mischief makers and people who are speculating, that is a substance. I, as a trained literary critic, and as a book reviewer of many decades standing, I think we should be talking about the book.
Yes.
We don't talk about books enough. I think it's a book that everybody should read. It's Adoke's second book. He wrote Burden of Service. Now he has written OPL 245 about this controversial oil block of the Delta, one of the most versatile oil blocks that Nigeria has, 9 billion barrels of crude oil, which because of the politicization became very controversial. And they were looking for $1.3 billion that Adoke argues in this book is never missing. Key issues in that book about man's inhumanity to man. How people victimized him for 8 years. His name was being mentioned in courts in UK, in Italy, in Europe, and also in Nigerian courts here. At the end of the day, in April 2024, he was discharged and acquitted. His life was placed in abeyance. The danger is that people who want to serve the Nigerian government in one capacity or the other, you will discourage them. That's why some people like Rufai will say, I will never go near government. I will never go near politics. Because when people go there, they say they want to serve their country, and you demonize them, you keep their lives on hold. The other thing in that book is that Adoke talks about leadership. You will see many of our leaders, people that we respect, how they abuse their office just because they need to settle scores with other human beings. And then he talks about the media too in that book. The people he mentioned are our friends. I don't know whether to mention them again. They are in the book. So go and read the book. Because the whole idea is to promote a culture of reading. Not all this VP Fox, VP said, this and that. Because at the end of the day, some people will not even bother to read the book. They may even think that is the book. In this country.
Sheyi Makinde was there, correct? He was at that event.
His Excellency Governor Sheyi Makinde.
Governor Sheyi Makinde.
He was the one who presented the book.
But I think that he's saying that the issues have not been sorted, the OPL issues.
No,
I saw that.
The main point by the governor is that, look, this would trigger even further discussion. Because we don't really know all the truth. But Adoke was a major person that was targeted. And he has given us material to study. Because
it's a huge issue. Shettima has found his voice. That's a lot of comments that we have seen from a lot of Nigerians. Rufai.
It's because of the leadership failure that led to OPL. That's why Shettima stated what he also stated about an intending leadership failure that will have happened to him. But thank God, he was a leader that listens like Goodluck Jonathan. See, Dr. Abati, do you really want us to tell the story of OPL? Because if we say we should break the table on OPL matter here, a lot of people will be involved, and you know that too. If we say we should destroy the table...
Go and read Adoke's book.
Apart from even Adoke's book. The Cable has done an extensive 3 to 4 part series. Adoke only told his story from his own perspective.
The Cable story titled Malabu Gate.
Malabu Gate.
That's the title of that
article. So this Cable has also done a comprehensive documentary on it. So even start with, was there due process in the first time at which that block was even allocated in the first place? Let's even go back to there. So that's why I say, if we want to go into the...
Start summarizing the book.
If we want to go to the... we need our friend, former Minister of Justice, to also sell books, so we can't even go into it here. He needs to sell books. People need to buy books. But what we are just saying is, that story is a litany of the failures of government. His harassment... And I know what you are saying. The NGO, some of them have even come here during all that time that they carry false story around him. In that, so I mean, the name is on my tongue. I will not mention it. It's also a reflection of the failures of government and witch hunts. And people that served in that same government that witch hunted Adoke with OPL, because all of this was part of looking for the what is it called? Looking for anything to be able to smear Jonathan's government. That's what Adoke was, just a collateral damage. Right. Just like many people were collateral there. The people that were in that government that smeared Adoke, they were seated there, they were smiling, and we saw them, they called them for recognition. They shine teeth there, and they are singing Kumbaya today. They almost destroyed a man's life because of politics.
Isn't this what
now they are singing Kumbaya. They gave the honorable mention. They are smiling, they are shining teeth.
All right. Well,
let's keep deceiving ourselves in this country.
Leadership failure, but also, I mean, it's good that there is
culprits in the hall. The people I saw there were people who came to honor AGF Adoke.
You want me to mention their names?
No,
I served in the government.
I was there.
All right, I think we've settled this issue really. Whether or not it was a direct affront to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu still remains to be told. We'll take another story now. In the wake of the court order to reinstate suspended senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akoti Uduaghan, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, during plenary on Thursday, removed Akoti Uduaghan as the chairman of the Senate Committee on Diaspora and Non-Governmental Organizations without providing an official reason. Akpabio replaced her with Senator Anike Mbasi, who represents Akwa Ibom Northeast. The removal marks the second committee leadership change for Akoti Uduaghan this year. She was previously removed as chairman of the Senate Committee on Local Content in February and then reassigned to the Diaspora Committee.
The new chairman of the committee, Senator Net, we are mentioning the new chairman of the committee on Diaspora and NGOs. Is distinguished Senator Anike Mbasi, and it will take effect from today.
All right, Vimba, you know, with this latest development, she no longer holds any committee chairmanship position as we speak. We're seeing all these sort of interventions, all from left, right, and center, against the suspended Senator Natasha Akoti Uduaghan. Your quick point.
Yes. Well, number one, I think we're still waiting for the CTCs. It's not. When do we think that's going to come out? I'm not sure if there's any estimation as to when we're going to get that. But I think that's
our reporter told us maybe this Friday. No, this Friday. Hopefully, we'll get it like today.
Today,
we'll get it today.
Today, Friday.
Yes.
Well,
but that will be 1 week after judgment.
Yes.
So that's number one that we're waiting for, because we need to know when she's resuming. I think it would have been better for them to wait to know when her resumption date will be, because then you can argue that, okay, maybe the committee is suffering because the person is absent for a prolonged period of time. But when it's done in this type of way, it becomes a bit untidy. Because remember, there was already some controversy around the initial local content committee that they say, apparently those in the know say it's a very juicy committee and not something that's usually given to a first-timer in the House. So there's all this rancor within the House about, you know, ranking senators and the type of committees that they are given to chair and so forth. So they had said that her being given this diaspora affairs was somewhat of a demotion. And now she's being moved to not holding any chairmanship at all. However, I just feel all of these developments should follow a conclusive outcome to when she will resume back in the Senate. Let's keep things tidy. I think that's what I would say. And then as for it going to our neighbor in Akwa Ibom, you know, I guess...
you're up for that. Your neighbor
he's also an Akwa Ibom senator. That's what I mean. So he's given it to his neighbor to oversee.
I mean, I was just hoping, like you said, that everything should have, you know, unraveled before they take such decisions. You know, it appears against the senator at this point. But, you know, we'll follow up on the story, as we will always do. I mean, we'll always need to hear more information as to why this sort of... Because, I mean, this is a subject that has been in the front burner for, what, months now. And I don't think this is the sort of stories that we want to hear. We'll head over to Edo State now. We've received an official report from the management of Auchi Polytechnic regarding the student union government election, which reportedly turned violent over the weekend. The institution's director of public relations, Angela Egele, during a press conference, denied reports of any loss of lives in the fracas. Let's take a look.
For the avoidance of doubt, no student was shot, injured, or killed during the electoral process, which was subsequently declared inconclusive due to observed irregularities.
All right, we did take this story last week, Rufai Alafi. We did take this, but I'm glad that there are no deaths, right? Yes. Nobody died. And, you know, like we said on the other day, we're yet to receive any official report from the police as to what happened and why. But now the management is claiming that there are no deaths. Did you want to say something?
I want to
just
say
a quick comment because we...
very quick, See, yes, when Peter Obi tweeted, I think, I'm not sure I read the direct tweet. Maybe it was the one they were alluding to that he talked about.
Yes, he was the one that they talked about. Yes, he did.
I think
he posted the video as well.
Peter Obi should now go and put a rejoinder that there was no death. But what is even more sad for me, that's why I'm laughing, not just the fact that university election, polytechnic election.
This is what we were talking about.
They're already shooting and running around. They're already showing election thuggery. By the way, there's election tomorrow in Lagos, so we just hope everything will be safe. They've deployed 30,000 police officers again for local government election. We just hope they are not going to steal. But if as at SUG election, you can have rancor like this, and they are shooting and they are running health and they are calling police for SUG election. What's the hope for Nigeria? Then the next thing, you know the one that made me laugh, that bust my belly. They said the election was inconclusive.
I mean, student union election. This is it. Inconclusive. All right. Well, all right. Shall we move on? Dr. Martin, let me take this one. In another development, the Supreme Court on Thursday, in a unanimous decision by a 5-member panel, affirmed the election of Monday Okpebholo as the governor of Edo State. The Apex Court dismissed the appeal filed by Aswe Ighodalo and the People's Democratic Party challenging Okpebholo's victory in the September 2024 governorship election. While in a video now making the rounds on social media, the governor was seen singing praises to God. Let's take a look. The Supreme Court upheld the previous rulings of the Election Petition Tribunal and the Court of Appeal, stating that the appellants failed to provide sufficient and credible evidence to prove the allegations of non-compliance and irregularities, including over-voting. The Supreme Court is the highest court of the land. I guess I'd say congratulations to Monday Okpebholo. Those two stories from Edo State. Dr. Abati, really quickly.
Okay, first, let me start with the Supreme Court. As you said, yes, the Supreme Court is the apex court. And so once the Supreme Court decides, you can only appeal to God. And I think it was Justice Chukwudefu Okuta who made the same point. Yes, we're a final court, not because we are infallible, but we're not infallible because we are final. Okay, so what we must stress is that the parties involved, on the APC side, on the PDP side, and other interested parties, they've respected the rule of law. They did not take the law into their hands. And, you know, behaving in that civilized manner, I think all the litigants should be commended. What remains now is for the victorious group to reach out, not to think that, oh, this is winner takes all, we have defeated them, and so winner, that winner, or whatever. Okpebholo should run an inclusive government that reaches out to people. Because I've had some, stakeholders from Edo State saying this is the end of the road for Obaseki. This should not be the end of the road for anybody. A process has just been completed in a peaceful manner. And there will be another day because already now, the candidate, Aswe Ighodalo, he has shown a lot of courage. He has pursued the matter to the highest court in the land without taking laws into his hands. Third point, with regard to Edo State, is that, do you know any other gubernatorial election in the last election that has been upturned by the Supreme Court or by the courts. All the governors have won their cases in court. So this is why in Nigerian politics, the popular refrain is that it's better for you to win the election. Just win. Let the loser go and complain, knowing that the judiciary, as some people argue, is perhaps, I'm qualifying it to, I'm not attacking their lordships, you know, it's perhaps more powerful than the electoral process. Now, moving forward, we all have an obligation to make sure that we don't need to have a lot of litigation, that the people should decide. Once the people decide in a free and fair manner, then, of course, there will be no need to be raising questions about the conduct of the judiciary. And that's why we say electoral reform and reform of our institutions, including the security institutions, is a major challenge ahead. As for the students in Auchi Polytechnic, they just reproduce exactly what happens.
This is it.
So these are children who have been observing their parents.
This is it. They
are very observant children. If they have fathers at home who belong to the violent wing of the party, they have mothers who are in the women wing. Okay. They have uncles who are able-bodied men who go to snatch ballot boxes or cause problems at collation center. So a nation, you know, that's why you won't import new leaders from another country. It is what you put into nature that, however, finally, to make this point, a university or a polytechnic or educational environment should be a safe place.
This is it.
Whether anybody died or did not die, we saw what looked like mayhem, chaos,
they were saying somewhere, I saw someone saying that the videos were doctored. I don't even know how.
So even if anybody was injured, this is supposed to be a solemn environment where people have been trained to acquire skills.
This is it.
So, and then it became a place where they were shooting and they were running up sketa. So that person speaking for the school should know that you know, she's not. Let her go back and tell the school authorities that they are not focusing on the right things.
Well said, Dr. Mati. Inconclusive, that's what she said. Well, all right. Shall we now share this very interesting video featuring billionaire philanthropist and Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, who made a surprise appearance in a Nigerian comedy skit alongside musician M.I. Agba and comedians Brother Shaggy and Lai Wasabi. In the video shared on M.I. Agba's Instagram page, Bill Gates was asked to offer lyrical suggestions for a song by veteran Nigerian musician Vino Mariuage. Let's take a look.
Can you come right away? I need your help.
Hello. Mr. Man, you cannot see what you checkpoint here. Where you go? I go every. Park this vehicle. Park way. Hello. Freedom parking. You know this is a VIP carry for back. Have you start a park for you?
Oh yeah, bros. Now your bus stop this. Hey.
And so what's the problem?
Well, we're close, but it's missing something.
All right, let me hear it.
All right,
This continent could shine, oh, my people go survive.
That's good, but it's still missing us. It's missing our connectedness. So I think we have to make it show that we're all in this together.
That's it.
Africa go survive.
Man, how do you stay so optimistic when there's so many challenges around us?
Well, I'm both optimistic and realistic. We have a lot more to do, a lot of innovation, so, you know, I know we can solve these problems. Now, together, we go win.
This continent will shine, oh, Africa will survive.
I love this collaboration, really. Dr. Mati, a quick comment.
Okay. Nigeria in just that small skit.
Yes.
And this is about the creativity of our young people. Look at the motorcycle.
Yes.
To get Bill Gates to get to the studio, the only way they could have done it was by in a place where transportation can be quite a challenge. Again, Lai Wasabi playing the role of the policeman. the policeman will always ask for something on the road. Whether it's Bill Gates or Microsoft or whatever, they will stop him. And then he got to the place. You know, again, Bill Gates now. You know, he's a friend of Africa, a friend of Nigeria. The sportsmanship, the humility that he has shown there, encouraging younger people. Do you know what it means?
I love
In the same skit, M.I. Abaga, Lai Wasabi, and Brother Shaggy. You know, Brother Shaggy will do a follow-up skit. And then the point about interconnectedness. And I think that, you know, this is a very powerful skit.
Yes,
I like
think
it.
So too.
This is not a case of, what is the name of that Agbada we are in?
Mr. Macaroni, I know them all. Okay. But you know, I really love
They are all talented people.
They are all talented. I really love M.I. Agbaga. I mean, remember when he started with, whether na 1 naira, whether na 1 million. Baby, you don't want to sing with me. Well, he did it with Waje now. Wasn't it with Waje? With Waje? Yes, I loved it. I loved it. Yes. Well, all right. Congratulations to all of them. But before we take our milestone story, let's highlight this one. On Thursday, auction house Sotheby's sold a scuffed, scratched, and stained black leather Birkin bag for $10 million, becoming the most expensive handbag to ever sell at auction. The bag is the first ever Birkin created by Hermes. It was designed for British actor and singer Jane Birkin. The Francophone style icon used it nearly every day from 1985 to 1994 before it became the ultimate symbol of luxury. Well, during the 10-minute bidding war at Sotheby's between 9 collectors, gasps could be heard as the bidding pushed higher and higher, ultimately ending in victory for a private collector from Japan.
7 million euros, j'adjuge maintenant, et c'est bien vu, à 7 millions. Adjugé au paddle 149.
$10 million. Rufa, you better buy me a $10 million bag. I mean, this is so. I was shocked when I saw it, but amazing.
When I get my alert,
you will buy it. Okay.
I will buy it.
I know where that bagam alert is coming from. Go ahead.
So as I was saying, interesting story about the Birkin. Many years ago, Jane Birkin was in a plane. Her things fell on the floor.
Yes.
And then she looked for a way to pick it. And a gentleman sitting close to her says, "Oh, you need a bigger bag to pick it?" And she says, "Yes, I need a bigger bag." And guess what? The gentleman looked at her and said, "I'm Hermes." And Jane Birkin says, "Great." And when Hermes went back to develop this bigger bag,
yes.
No other name to put on it than Jane Birkin's name.
History.
And that's how history was made with
Fantastic.
the bag. Today, I know Hermes makes the Kelly bag, but the Birkin is one of the most successful bags. People have sung songs about Birkin. In fact, you know, my baby's girl wants a Birkin.
It has a better value return on investment than S&P 500 and gold as well. It has like 14.
Guess what? I put some of mine in a safe. I don't carry.
So you got a Birkin?
I mean, why not? What do you think?
Come on. Is it not our government? Our government.
You see why I call her government? She's got a Birkin.
Just put it in a safe. Why not?
She's got a Birkin.
It was a gift from Rufai. Let me ask
you. It's not me. I can't afford it.
So my people, that is it. Like, I just want to talk about this opposition coalition. I'm kind of loving it, right? Even though P2B is involved or he's not involved. But for now, I just love everything that is happening in Nigeria. Do you notice that ever since these people unveiled this ADC as a platform they're going to use to contest the election in 2027 against Tinubu, do you notice that these APC people, like, they have calmed down? They are not even doing this gra they normally do before, as if Nigeria belongs to them. Do you watch this interview on Arise Television with Bayo Ononoga? Do you see how calm he was? He was not even bragging. They no say that is wahala. Like, Tinubu will definitely go out from that Asorok in 2027 because they have looked around. Those people that supported them in 2023, like, all of them are against Tinubu right now. So where is Tinubu going to get vote that he's going to use to win in 2027? These people know that is wahala. They are just monitoring to see what is going to happen next. This is the reason why we are begging, people that are involved in this opposition coalition to give P2B this presidential ticket so that the South will continue their 8 years. So if they do this, like Tinubu will definitely go out from that Aso Rock. But if they refuse, so maybe they are just working for Tinubu, right? So we are just waiting to see what is going to happen at the end of the day after they do this primary in this ADC. So my people, I don't know what you think. I bring this update to you guys for you to see what is trending in Nigeria. I hope you truly enjoy watching anyway. Do wait to subscribe, like, and also share the video. I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.